Hi guys and welcome to my YouTube channel. So this post is a bit of a difficult one for me. Not to sound over dramatic or anything, but one of the things that I have struggled for a long time with is my skin. Growing up, it's kind of been on and off, spotty. And then when I reached probably about 23, I developed really bad skin, really big under the skin, sore. They were almost like boils, and they weren't poppable. They were just like under the skin and they'd swell to the point where they would kind of like change the shape of my face. I'm sure I've said this to you before. And it really got me down, especially in my profession where you have to have good skin. Like, they are looking at your skin. For anyone that doesn't know, I'm a model, which has slowed down a lot since I got pregnant, because obviously you can't model at certain stages of pregnancy. Boo. But yeah, and it really used to get me down. I actually went on medication for my skin, alongside trying lots of different products and finding a skin routine that really suited me, which I've actually shared with you guys. So I hope you enjoyed that. I went on a drug called tetracycline. I think that's how you say it. There's probably some doctors watching that are like, that's not what it's called. But it was a strong form of antibiotics from what I remember. But when I decided to start trying for a baby, I had to come off it along with the pill, which I thought might level out my skin. I had this great idea that I was going to come off everything, get pregnant, and my skin was gonna just go amazing because my hormones had altered. But no, quite the opposite. So since getting pregnant, my skin has gone pretty bad. Yeah, especially around my chin area, which is your hormonal area. And yeah, it's shit and I don't like it, but I try my hardest to stick to a good eating plan that will help my skin, drink lots of water, take good care of my skin. And when all that fails and you're just bound to be spotty, then I cover them up. So today, that's what I'm going to be showing you guys, how I cover up my spotty skin. But first, I'm going to unveil it to you all, which I'm a bit nervous about because, well, it's just something that I'm conscious of. So be nice. No horrible comments about how awful my skin is, please. So there we have it, my skin. It's horrible doing this. It makes you feel so naked and vulnerable. But I want to share with you guys the real me, so hence why I'm doing this. And this is the real me, very much so. So as you can see, it's really angry and red and bumpy and just not a happy little face. And you can also see it is literally this area. Up here's fine, absolutely fine. Watch me break out now up there. Now, if you want to see how I prep my skin and my morning skin routine, then have a look. It's in one of the videos below. I won't go through all that again, but I will tell you about the two products. One of them I've already mentioned, and another one I've mentioned in my Instagram post a few months ago, I think. But one of them is an antiseptic cream. This one's from America, so don't try and find it here. It's called Medi Quattro, because somebody that's actually American asked me that. So yeah, for you, it is called Medi Quattro, but Savlon would be something similar. And I just dab that on my spots before I put my makeup on. and it's an antiseptic, anti-inflammatory, works wonders on your spots. And the other thing, which I swear by, which I use before I go to bed and dab it on, I use a clean cotton bud, and that is tea tree oil. It's a natural antiseptic. This one is from the Body Shop and it stings like hell when you put it on, but it is brilliant on spots. So there are 2 tips for you spot prone friends. Okay, so I have cleansed, toned, moisturised, primed, and my face is ready to go with makeup application. Now for a day look, which is what I'm going to show you guys, I don't wear a foundation. And I know that sounds shocking because my skin looks terrible and you're thinking, how on earth am I going to cover that up? But I use concealer and I blend it out. I feel like when you've already got really spotty skin, if you then absolutely cake your whole face in foundation, it almost makes it look worse. I feel like less is more. Let your natural nice bits of skin shine through. It's this we just need to cover. So I use 2 products mixed together. I find one of them, which is the Bobbi Brown Instant Full Cover Concealer, a little bit heavy on its own, but that is not saying I don't love it, because it is fabulous. It's quite a new product. I absolutely love it. And the other one is MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. So I mix these 2 together. So I'll put a little blob of each on the end of my finger, get them mixed together. You want them to be mixed together really well, because the last thing you want is different types of concealer on different areas. So I blob this under my eyes, on my nose, so just on all the red areas, and then on my chin. So once I've done that, I then get my beauty blender. I just blend all this in. Now I do sometimes use my fingers, which I think also work really well. The key when blending this is this beauty blender needs to be damp. Do not use a dry beauty blender. You want to blend outwards, so you don't have big solid patches of concealer then nothing anywhere else. So I would just blend kind of like up here and, you know, across, so you are getting a tiny bit of coverage on the rest of your face, but it's not full. Now, as you can see, that's already looking so much better. Honestly, those 2 products mixed together are just the dream. Don't forget to use your beauty blender to blend down onto your neck. You do not want, what do you call them? Tide marks? The telltale big line as to where your base finishes and your neck begins. No. Now, my spots are already looking a lot less angry and red. But obviously they're still visible, and that's not what we want. So I move on to my next product, which is also a dream product, dream concealer. Now this is Laura Mercier Secret Camouflage, and my colour is SC3, and excuse, my lid's actually broken, so I'm just going to take it completely off. And it's disgusting, sorry, that is so filthy, but it's 2 different colours, which is great because I mix them, because different areas of your face are different colours, so it's good to kind of mix and test. I've had this product for, I'm gonna go with 3, maybe 4 years, and that's how much is still left, and I use this a lot. So this is not mega cheap, but definitely worth it. Now, to put this product on, I use an EcoTools makeup brush. Now this, I'm pretty sure, it doesn't actually say on it, but I'm pretty sure when I bought this, it's, it said it was a blending brush for eyeshadow, but I use it for my concealer. I just mix it like that. I found that's the best way to do it. So I've got, you know, a nice little bit on my brush, and then I will just dab it on to all the problem spots. So with my brush, I find the best technique is to use like a stippling motion. So kind of not too hard, don't want to make them worse, but just press the product into the skin rather than sweeping, which would be more likely to remove a lot of the product, which we don't want. We want maximum coverage on these bad boys. I often find with this product, it's quite drying and sometimes might kind of go a little bit crusty, but take it out with you and just do a little touch up in the toilets as and when you can. I think it's very hard to keep spots looking fully covered for the entire day, but this product does a pretty good job at that. And as you can see, spots no more. This one's a lump, so you're gonna see the lump. I do not have a miracle product to hide lumps, but that is kind of the spots covered. Now once the spots have been covered, you need to just set that concealer in place, and I use this. Now I've had this for years as well, and I had to double check before before I filmed this that they still make it, because I got this, I was quite young when I got this, and it went into a cupboard somewhere, and I recently found it and I was like, oh, this hides redness, this is a product for me. The product I'm talking about is Benefit Bluff Dust. And it says it's a redness concealing powder, which is perfect because I think majority of people's spots are red. They're angry, they're not happy. It comes with a little puff. What do you call these? A little powder puff. Pointless, absolutely pointless. Get yourself a brush. And the inside of it is its holes. So all you need to do is put the lid back on, give it a shake, and then some of the product will come out like that into the lid. And then just swirl your brush. This brush I got in a goodie bag, and it's by Elegant Touch, which I thought was a nail brand, but maybe I'm wrong. Need to do my research. Yeah, and I don't actually know what this brush is, but I'm assuming it's a powder brush because of the size of it. I need some new makeup brushes. So any recommendations, guys? Please write in the comments below. I love the Real Technique makeup brushes. I've got quite a few of those. They're really good. But any other ones you can recommend, that would be fabulous. So yeah, you want to get a nice amount on your brush and then just tap off the excess and just dab onto your face. Again, try not to do really big, heavy swiping movements, which is going to remove your makeup. Don't forget the neck. Blend it through, and that should set what we've done in place. I do more with my base. I put a bronzer on because obviously I look quite pale right now, and I use blusher and highlighter, but that will all be for another post. This one was specifically to show you how I cover my spots up. So I hope you enjoyed that little tutorial and got some good tips from it. I strongly recommend those products. I've used them for quite a long time now and they seem to work pretty well.